Hello friends, now we starts the video of armature control method of DC shunt motor. This is the DC shunt motor. Armature control method of DC shunt motor. In this previous lecture, we see the methods, how we handle these methods. In this video we learn that armature control method. Here we control the voltage level in the armature side only. Control the voltage level in the armature side only means that there is no change in the flux in the field side. There is no change in flux in the field side. So first important fact you must remember that the flux will remain same in the field system. In the introduction, what we see, voltage applied to the armature terminal shall be changed. Voltage applied to the armature terminal shall changed without altering the field current. Means here field current, that is IF, will remain same. Whatever may be the condition, IF will remain same. That point you should be noted. Now, armature resistance control method. This is the first method. In this method, simply a variable resistance is connected in series with armature. This a variable resistance connected in series with the armature means that there is a rheostat is connected in series with this armature circuit. Speed may reduce it from full load to any desired amount depending upon this resistance. Means only that resistance speed will be depends. How this depends we can see later. With this, voltage across armature gets reduced. How this is reduced? I earlier told that this is the very basic formula mostly used in the speed control methods. That is, N is directly proportional to EB and inversely proportional to phi. Means now EB is equals to what? EB is equals to V minus IaRa, as this is told in the speed equation or voltage equation of motor. You can learn this from description. I given a link to the description box. You must see this video as early as possible. Now, thus the speed is reduced in the direct proportional to the voltage drop. Speed is reduced indirectly proportional to the voltage drop. Means speed is reduced. Means as IR is increases, IaRa increases, speed gets reduced at the armature terminals. At the armature terminals, field currents remains unaffected. That point you should be noted in your copy. That is, field current remains unaffected in the armature control method of DC shunt motor. In the field control method, the field currents gets changed and flux does not remain constant, but in the field current in the armature resistance control method, field current remains unaffected. Now let's EB is the back EMF at a speed N1 with armature current IA1 and no extra resistance. No extra resistance means initially that extra resistance are called as the control resistance. Control resistance is equals to 0. Let's see what is the difference between control resistance, that is the braking, and control. Means due to vary this resistance from 0 to up to its maximum value, we can change the speed of DC shunt motor. When resistance is connected in series with the armature, then EB is equals to back EMF at speed N2 with armature current IA2. Now let's see. This is the very basic formula as we told earlier. In this method, flux is almost constant. You must always remember that in a armature resistance control method, flux remains constant, but in the field control method, flux does not remain constant because we connect resistance in a series with field. Here, focus here. Here, field remains unaffected. Field remains unaffected. Due to that, the flux remains constant. Means flux never gets changed though whatever may be the conditions. Now then N2 upon N1 is equals to V minus IA RA plus R dash. R dash means nothing but control resistance added in circuit divided by V minus IA1 RA. This is the speed torque characteristics of DC shunt motor in armature control method. Let's see, this is the horizontal line. This is the horizontal line, and when we insert a resistance, speed gets reduced. Listen friends, in the DC shunt motor, speed is always constant, means speed does not vary too much, but when we add this resistance, speed gets reduced. Now what is meant by stalling current? What is meant by stalling current? A stalling current is nothing but a current at which motor speeds will be zero. Means what? A current at which motor speed will zero. Means what? As load increases, current is increases. Listen friend, as load increases, current increases. As load increases, what is speed decreases. Now as we increase the load, current is also increases. Now again we increase the load, again current is increases, but at the same time speed gets decreases. At the same time speed gets decreases. Due to that, so what's happened? And there is some moment that current speed will zero, motor speed will gets zero, So N2 upon N1 is equals to V minus RA plus R dash V minus IA1 RA. V minus IA1 RA. Now as the speed gets zero, what's happened here? Speed zero means what? This is called as the stalling current. Means when speed gets zero, then we see this equation, that is, this goes here, then IA2 is equals to V minus RA plus R dash. This is nothing but a stalling current. You must remember that. Stalling current means what? A current at which motor speed will be zero. A current at which motor speed will get zero. You can calculate from this formula which is seen in here. That from that formula you calculate the stalling current. Now next is the shunted armature control. This is the shunted armature control. In this, what's happened? A resistance in series is also present, but the armature is shunted by another resistance. Now let's see. Speed can be changed with load. Here speed can be changed with load. Speed variation depends on the speed variation in the previous methods, that is the armature control method. Speed variation depends only on this series resistance, but here the speed variation depends on the series resistance as well as direct resistance, diverter resistance, series resistance as well as diverter resistance. Means speed here depends on the what? This series resistance, and this is diverter resistance. Series resistance and diverter resistance. Here speed changed. Not too much affected as compared to the armature resistance control method. Means speed changes is not too much affected as compared to the armature resistance control method. Means in the armature resistance control method, whenever we insert, focus here, whenever we insert a resistance, then speed affected mostly, means speed regulation is very worst in the armature control method, but in this the speed changes is not too much affected as compared to armature resistance control method. This method is generally employed to drive of comparatively low power rating. The low power rating. This method is not economical for continuous operation as there is a relative large power loss. Is there is a relative large power loss? How it is possible? Because there are two resistance present, that R and R1 and R2. Due to that two heavy resistance, I square R losses increases. So there is a large amount of power loss takes place, and this is the speed torque characteristics, and speed gets relatively low. Speed changes here, that is the from full load to no load. There is a relative very small change in speed. There is a relative small change in the speed. Now we learn the third method and last method of this, that is armature voltage control method. Armature voltage control method. This method of speed control requires a variable source of voltage separately. Means here separate voltage source is required. This method avoids disadvantages of poor speed regulation and low efficiency. Poor speed regulation and low efficiency, but higher initial cost. Why this higher initial cost is required? Because there is a separate source of voltage control devices used, so that its in higher cost is very high. Maybe generator is also used for to control the voltage level in the armature. This method gives large range of speed control. Large range of speed control. It has an excellent starting characteristics because we grip easily the level of speed due to external source. Due to that, this method used in modern high speed elevator. Due to that, this method is used in modern high speed elevator. But there are certain drawbacks are there also. That is, first, as we know that there is the separate separate generator is used for the speed control method in the armature circuit, so it has a higher initial cost. And second is, this system is used only for below the base speed level. Means we have to control the speed in the below the base speed. Means we cannot upgrade the speed level in the above the base level. So this is the some disadvantages of this method. So we learn here the armature control method. Armature control method. In this, first is the armature resistance control method. Second one is the shunted armature control method, and this is the third, that is armature voltage control method. Friends, if you like this my video, then hit the bell icon and gives the comment what is the your reaction during that videos. Thank you so much. Hello friends, please like, share and subscribe the Electrocrux YouTube channel.